Dave from Dallas. What's up, Dave?
How you guys doing?
For the shirts. Go to that. So how's everybody doing on this wonderful Monday? Isn't this a great Monday? I mean, really. I'm joking, of course. So it is Monday, and it is November. And November means one thing, in my mind. It's Christmas light, or pre-Christmas.
November?
I like to think of Christmas as a 2-month holiday, starting at the 1st of November and going through till the December 25th, to the end there. It's really the only holiday I care about. I don't care. Not a fan of Thanksgiving, so I mean it's there and I'll go through it, but really I just look at that as the kickoff for decorating the house. So that's kind of cool there. It's the decoration weekend. It's okay for a Monday. It was okay for a Monday, and then it kind of took a south turn. So, hey from Cincinnati. Hey guys, what's up? Sup? Let us know where you're from so we can give your town a shout out. So anyways, with that being in mind, the Christmas holiday is upon us, and for that, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you got an early preview yesterday of Hello from Sweden. You got a, what's up? You got a, you got a preview of the Winter 5-star hoodie. That's right. This guy right here. What's up from Dunedin? Hey, I live in Dunedin. That's right, this guy right here. Winter is coming. Yay. So, what's up from New York? If you go to teesprings.com /5-star winter, the number 5, STARWINTER, you can pick up the sweater. Now, the hoodie. We've gone ahead and made it $24.50. It's the cheapest I could make it, I think. There's also there's 3 items. There's the hoodie for $24.50. There's a T-shirt, the same logo, for $13 or $14.50, and then there's a higher end T-shirt that is $17.50. So there's 3 items to choose from. There's a bunch of different colors. It's not just black. You can get it in pinks. I think there's no red because that would have looked stupid. But there's a pink, there's a gray, there's a blue. There's a bunch of different colors, so you can get whatever color you want. Now, if you go ahead and get one, make sure you take a picture of yourself and tag us on Instagram or email us a shot or do something so that we know you got it. Mm-hmm. You guys wanted things, and I feel at the price that we made the T-shirt, that'll be a great gift for anyone that is a fan of ours. Mm-hmm. That's $14.50. Yeah, $14.50 and $17.50. So for $14.50, I mean it's probably $20 shipped knowing these guys because shipping sucks. But if you want a shirt, and these are like we had the last shirt. You can still get that one. It's still stupid expensive. Just how it worked out. This shirt, this is the last shirt for 2017. Mm-hmm. So cool. Anything else I can think? All right, so that's the shirt plug. So you guys wanted shirts? What's up, Jason? The unofficial third guy of the show. You got nothing to say to that?
Yes, wow, I say hello, Jason.
Yeah, but I just said. Anyways, yeah. Jason is. I like to think of the guy paying attention in the background that gets us cool information. Thank you, Jason. You're the best. Really?
Henry.
The phone's
What's
just
up, Henry?
Keep ringing. So. Okay, Dean Fernando's tool drawer for all the tool needs. Patreon, if you want to pay us money for doing this, cool, thank you. We put your name at the end of this show right here. If you guys missed, Saturday is the new official day for the YouTube show, so if you want to watch us 6 days a week, you can now catch us live Saturdays, usually between 5:30 and 6:30. We start the show, it goes for about an hour, depending on when we started. More fun questions. I like to think of that as the wild, wild west of car stereo question and answers, because it is like boom, boom, boom. We don't get to have the fun that we get to have here as far as the more mellow conversation. And howdy from Wisconsin, because in Boston. Cool. Yeah. Sup, Dan? Demo. What's up, Demo Dan?
Yeah.
Dan Basehead Murphy. Phoenix Gold shirts. Today's Stinger.
Yeah.
Stinger.
I like this.
Actually, I'm thinking about, I think the next shirt I make is going to be this one. You guys have seen this one in the video, the one that says the installer. I think this is the next shirt I want to make for you guys. Is I'm going to put the 5-star logo here. And then,
I like it, man.
And then nice. Do the installer thing on the back. I think you guys might like that. Yes, Jason, you're a Patreon. Love you, dude.
Yes. Thank you.
Worth every penny. Help Dean and Fernando, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
There again, the unofficial third guy of the show, or the official unofficial third guy of the show. Well, I have to be the fourth guy because Haley get ticked because she's like Haley likes to think of herself as the third person on the show, even though she's not on every show. So, anyways, she went and had her leg checked out today because the bruise was really bad, and apparently it's a really bad bruise. So he couldn't tell if there was a crack underneath it or not. He's just like, it's gonna hurt. It'll go away. Here's the X-ray. Thanks. Give me some money. So
there you go. That's it.
The nice about it is because she had to come back to have the X-ray. We're gonna go have dinner tonight, I think. So
happy Tuesday morning from Australia. That's awesome.
Well, hey, your Monday's over, so kudos for you. Hot damn, Little Rock. What's Little Rock in the house? Calvin.
Yeah.
That was my favorite comic. You never read them, Calvin and Hobbes? Oh, dude. It's the quintessential American growing up and just the kids. You'd love it. You could probably relate to it a little bit, but a lot of winter, a lot of snow. Calvin and Hobbes is definitely the coolest cartoon of my time. Hello from Dow Electronics. It's Justin. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
What's going on? We need one of those Sony.
I like Sony.
We need a Sony 200 to review. So if you guys want to loan us one of those or any other ones of the Sony radios, if you'd like us to do a review on those, we will give them.
We're happy to do that.
We will give them back. We just want to review them. I'm sure Paul would like to buy a 200, but I would like the 200 just to review. So.
Okay.
Oh, daylight savings. We'll cover daylight savings real quick. Daylight savings sucks.
What are you talking about?
I hate daylight savings. I have a lot of anxiety now because it's like I want to leave, but it's not. And Barcelona or Real Madrid? Which one is yours?
Barcelona, man. Barcelona.
I got nothing on that. Go Orlando Pride.
Orlando Pride.
Go USA girls team. I like Klingenberg. She's my girl.
Cool.
All right, so enough playing around, Fernando.
Okay.
Give me some questions.
It's no questions.
All right.
Hello.
All right, good. All right, we'll start asking some questions.
Okay, let's see. Carrie?
Hold my lip.
Carrie said, I was afraid my big system for today wasn't going to show up, but they finally did. The DDX 9903S, the Kenwood Hertz,
awesome,
and the two P112s. Cool.
Wow, that is a really nice system. Our last system tonight was in a 2007 Cadillac CTS. We got the new pack just came out with a new interface for it.
Thank you, Justin.
So,
there you go. That's it.
Done. Cool. What's up, Ryan? I have anxiety too. I don't like to change. No, I'm on, which I'm already that. So this doesn't help. Pack just came out with a new version of their CTS harness. It's a new micro version, so it comes in a much, their old ones were like this. They have a new smaller one. We got it to test out. They gave us a couple to play with, and so we got to put one in tonight. And of course, the steering wheel in the car. Hey, it's Bill. What's up, Bill? Hey. Hey, text me anything if you want me to talk about it tomorrow. Yep. Tomorrow's the day.
Last chance.
So anything for news. We film news tomorrow. Anyways, because the car was so old, those CTSs have a rolling steering wheel control for volume, and it just was not programming. We spent like an hour on it. We tried a CP2, which we talk about in the video. You'll probably see in a month, and hopefully forget we had this conversation. Mm-hmm. But either way, lots of fun. Hey guys, what's going on? Okay.
Michael say hi.
Hi.
The Pack Audio LCH11 has 2 yellow constant and 2 grounds.
LCH11.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
At the same harness.
Yes.
Provided.
Correct.
Right? Okay, and the red 12 volts. Do you hook up both of the yellow wires to the single yellow wire coming from the aftermarket harness?
Yes.
Same for the negative.
Yes. So on that particular harness, they, for some reason, didn't make it like the newer harnesses. On the newer harnesses, what they do is they combine the two outputs into one wire. So like if you buy like an RP4, I believe it's combined into one wire now. So that's kind of cool. But yes, what you do is you take the two yellows, the two blacks, and you just twist them together. What I like to do is I like to do it down in the harness. I like to wire it early, solder it together. That way I only have one wire at the tip. That way I don't have a big bundle of wires. You guys have seen me make harnesses. I like just one wire soldered in it at one point. So I like to solder them in down lower. But yeah, it's just something all Chryslers do. You can use that for something else if you need, something other than, like if you need something that needs 12 volt and ground, you can use those for that. I mean, there's no reason not to, so yeah. Okay.
All right, Johan. Hey guys, love the channel. I want to keep my OEM head unit. Okay. What would you recommend to able to cast my iPhone to it? I have a 2016 Tundra non-JBL system. The question is like, why do you want to keep the factory one?
Well, he wants to be able to get video into that.
But you can do a lot of things.
Video's not the hard part, because you could use the backup camera harness, the pack audio backup camera harness for that, and you could put a switcher in there to get video in. And then it's the audio. So I mean, you'd have to like have one thing go over for video, another thing go over for audio, and then it wouldn't work when you were driving. No, you're not going to get video from your iPhone on that while you're driving. So yeah, no, not that I'm aware of. No. I don't think it's going to work. I'd have to really look at it though, but off the top of my head, I don't think it's going to work. Okay.
Okay, so
yeah.
Elliot say, what's exactly say on your shirt, Dean?
Oh, I don't know. It's on the back here. It's backwards. Read it.
Yes. Okay, say installer. Installer, non-high, intelligent life form skill in the techniques of the 12-volt industry.
All right, it's going to be backwards, but here you go.
Yeah, hang on like that.
Yeah, there. Can you read it?
Not so much.
No,
there you go. Right there.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep, fun. All right, hope
good.
you got it. All right, so yeah, I was thinking this. You guys like a shirt like this? Says 5-star here. We're here, and then this on the back. Maybe some other fancy like a speaker. I don't know. Something neat, so it looks kind of cool. Sent you a message on Messenger. Okay.
Okay.
It's not backwards. Okay, good.
Oh, there you go.
I thought it'd be backwards because it's backwards for me, so I'm viewing it backwards now. All right, go ahead. No, is it right? No, it's backwards. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Next question.
Frank say, how's the daily savings?
The daily what?
Say.
The what?
The day. I totally. Daylight savings.
Daylight savings.
Sorry.
Daylight savings is sucking, and it's just yeah. You know what?
All right, Raphael.
Yeah. No.
All right. 2017 Hyundai Sonata. Want to keep the stock head unit. Don't want to remove it.
Correct.
The radio. Can I get the speakers wires from the doors? And will I get the engine noise? We're going to use the audio control LCQ1 and the Pioneer 4-channel 9601.
Okay, so yes, all right. So the real question is, make sure it doesn't have any form of premium sound. That's key number one. Is that it's just a base model system that has just left, right, front, rear. And that's it. I mean, you could have tweeters in the dash or whatever, but make sure it's just left, right, front, rear. If it just has left, right, front, rear, what you can do is you can go into the kick panels and you can grab, which we do a lot of the times. We grab the wires that are going into the doors, which is your front, left, and right, and we connect our LC product there, run it back to the LC, and then we'll come out of the amplifier and run back up to those kick panels. So basically, we're running 2 wires. We never have to take the radio out of the dash. And then you'll do the same for the rear. You'll out of the rear, you'll just come straight into the LC, and then out of the amplifier back up to the rear. So yeah, you can do that. That's no problem. We end up doing that a lot because It's just easier for one, and also it allows us to run bigger gauge wire up into the kick panels, like a 16 gauge, so we don't have to use the factory wiring to power the speakers. We do a lot of F-150s like that, and we just did Chevy. That's how we do it. Yeah, so that would be how you'd want to do that.
All right, Edwin. Kicker 12 CX 600.5, 605.5. That's like a 5-channel amp.
Okay.
Versus the Pioneer 9605.
The 9605 is going to be more power. The 9605 is a lot of power for the money. They're both right there on the wall. I'm trying to think.
Yes.
I mean, I just think the Pioneer would be more power. As far as like performance, I don't know. I mean, we've really never compared the two.
No.
I mean, I think they're about the same amount of money. I mean, if you just want straight up power, go for the Pioneer. We'll go with that.
All right. Chris. Hey guys, first time catching you live. I just got a Hyphonics Brutus 2100.1. What size fuse and power cable should I be using? I'm also running a small 4-channel amp as well. Thanks for the advice. Always watching your YouTube videos.
Well, that's going to be a big dog there. If you're trying to do one wire to power the whole system, something like that, you're probably going to want a 0 gauge. We would run 2 4 gauge to each one. So we'd have a 4 gauge for the big amp, a 4 gauge for the small amp. More than likely under the hood, you'd have something like 150 amp fuse for just the Brutus.
Yeah.
And then, because the fuse under the hood is really only there to protect the wire. That's it. It's not going to help the amplifier. It's just so it's big enough to pass current over, but small enough so that it will blow if the wire shorts out. So if you're trying, the answer is that. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Savion Smith. Do you guys build any enclosure, or do you guys prefer selling prefabs?
Okay, so when it comes to making enclosures, if we need a specific enclosure, so for example, like this enclosure right here. This enclosure is for behind the driver's side rear on a Ford F-250, 350, 450 previous body style. We designed this with the help of BrightStarCarAudio.com. They're here local, and what they do is they make this box for us. So anytime we have a situation where we need a specific box made, we go ahead and have them build it for us, and then we can just buy as many of them as we want. They keep the blueprints on hand. We just order them as needed. So like Paul buys like 4 of these at a time because we use a lot of them. Now, when it comes to, let's say, a 212 box, like behind Fernando, this is the 210 box here. This is an A-trend box, so we use a lot of A-trend boxes.
Yeah.
There's a box right here that you can't see, which is the A-trend D box. The term pre-made, I feel, is becoming... Some people think of it as dirty and whatnot, and it's like, no, it's not as dirty as you once thought. Companies like A-trend are building boxes that are specific, and also they've done their research to try to make their boxes sound the best. Now, that's not every manufacturer. Like this guy here right behind us, this is just the standard $80, $70 212 ported. It is what it is, but no, we don't really build too many boxes anymore. It makes me sneeze.
All right, John. 7-inch Kenwood speakers versus the Alpine type parts with the speaker adapters and sound deadening.
So if you're talking about the higher end of the two, the Kenwood XR series, I believe, the better ones, not those, but the nicer ones, I would take those.
There you go.
I would definitely take those.
David said, love you, your bloody hand and the envelopes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got
stellar hands. Keep up great work.
Well, my watch right now is hiding the blood I have on this because this is all cut up.
Good, man. Come on.
Yeah, got my Apple Watch on.
All right.
I can Dick Tracy the hell out of this thing too, man. It's so cool. Yes, it has the red dot.
Oh yeah. Done?
No, I like it. It's finally got the damn thing to work. It only took a fucking month. Oops, sorry. It only took a month to get this thing working.
There you go. And this is the next question right there.
Okay,
exactly.
Go ahead.
Frank say, how much do you guys cost while you're working on the cars? I know the editing it's a king.
Believe it or not, okay, so I almost wish we could just let a show go like all day long where we just film it. Why are you looking at me like that?
Dude.
Because, yeah, I mean, obviously their edit is king. And there's a lot of the stuff, I mean, because it's a 9-hour day.
Like, only...
Yeah, it's a 9-hour day, and you know, we're guys, and we hurt ourselves, we stub our toes, we get frustrated just like everyone else, and yes, no, the show is 20 minutes out of 9 hours, so I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not a potty mouth. I'm pretty sure my favorite words are all 4 letters.
Yeah.
But anytime we're filming, we try to not. So if there's, you know, we don't play the radio. We you know, we want it to be as professional as possible. So I mean, though we do lighten up a little bit, and there is some goofiness every now and then. I mean,
I guess it's like a normal installment.
It's like any other time.
Any other job.
You know, you're gonna drop an F-bomb here or there, or S and F and P, D, you know, all of it. But not really that much. Honestly, since we started the show, no, not that much. I mean, hell, I'll be sitting there and we'll be working for like 2 hours, and we have no words at all. It's dead quiet in the install bay because we got active cameras rolling, and we're like, and I'll be sitting there going, why is it so quiet? Oh yeah, so quiet.
Exactly.
So yeah, but
all right. So Felipe say, can you guys do a wiring kit, like a wiring harness for the 2011 Nissan Titan factory Rockford system, so I can just go and plug and play my factory amp to my LC7i audio control?
Nissan Titan with the factory. Okay, if you go back and watch the Nissan Titan 911 video,
the first one we did,
we cover that whole thing. You don't need any LC product for that. It's actually line level right out of the radio. We walk you through how to make a harness and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So
we tell you the harness.
Check out the Titan 911 video. It's in the install cars or some silly playlist like that. We didn't tell you what harnesses you got to buy. Go ahead.
I sent you guys message on Messenger.
Okay.
Let's see. When grounding to the frame, it's okay to use the same bowl for the big ass amp. Okay.
I get what. Okay. I don't know if I know what you mean, but never use a seat bolt, never use a seat clamp, never use a seat belt. Sand away the paint. Make your own ground. Put a bolt through the car. If there's an existing ground already there, really the only thing we do is we pull the bolt out. We'll sand it, because they typically don't sand their grounds. They paint them after they've already grounded them a lot of the time. So we'll pull that nut off, we'll sand it, and then we'll put our nut on. Otherwise, that's hopefully that answers that question.
Okay, so he said multiple grounds being run for the amp, because I'm using a dual input.
Yeah, I mean, you can ground multiple amps. Typically what I like to do is I like to have a ground for each amp. So, like, I don't just put, like, 3 screws underneath. I'll put a ground. You know, I'll line them all up. I just like them better that way. Pele.
There you go. Christian say no engine noise.
Yeah.
On the Audi.
I didn't think you would. Why would he have noise?
No, he's like, yeah.
Christian. What's up, buddy?
Hello, Christian. John. What's up, fellas? My favorite Monday, people.
Oh, you know why he said that? Because that's how we did the Audi. That's how we did the Audi for him. We grabbed the kick panels, and he was answering the other guy's question when the guy was asking about noise.
Okay.
So his Audi is wired up just like we explained, and there's no noise in that.
Okay.
That was part of the question and answer. So that was what that is. Okay.
All right. So, Dean, if I run my 4200 NAX with amp on the front and rear outputs, will I still be able to use my Bluetooth on my phone for phone calls? I have to use network mode on my 4800 BS.
So he has a 4200?
Yes. Now
so
he is.
The 4200 doesn't have network mode, though.
No.
So 4200 doesn't have network mode.
So you will be fine.
But, okay, so the front output of the 4200 is going to be always going to be Bluetooth phone audio. On a networked mode radio, it is the rear channel output, both either speaker or RCAs, that is your Bluetooth phone audio output for talk. So Yeah, if you're going to come out of a 4200 into, let's say, a processor to go active up front, you may want to flip front and rear so that the front is, let's say, the mid bass and the rear is the tweeter. That way you can have your Bluetooth call come out of the mid bass, and then turn the crossover all the way off on a 4200 and let the process, because you can do that on a 4200, you can shut the crossover all the way off and then let the processor do all that, if that was what you're asking. If not, it was still cool.
Alright, Bill say, don't buy the Jensen with navigation. I bought two of them and the touch tracking it's off even after resetting it. Yes, don't buy it.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah.
I'll bite my tongue. Thank you.
Okay.
I like the one comment on that video.
Which sub will work?
I think Dean's Expressions has it all on that one. And it was a good comment.
Which sub will work best on my Pioneer 9601?
9601 is a lot of power. If you're just looking for one sub, there's a slew to choose from. I'm gonna try to put apples with apples. Knowing how much a 9601 costs, obviously you're not gonna put a $500 sub on it. So maybe look at something like a Scar Audio VVX woofer. It's gonna be a big magnet, yay loud, and you could run it at it's good at the ohm load to get all the power out of the amplifier. If you want to go a little less, which I don't know why you would, you could probably do like a P3 or a Type R, but
the Type R.
You wouldn't want to run it at. You'd want to run it at not at 1 ohm. You want to go 2 ohm, get a little less power out of the amplifier. I mean, you could run it at 2 ohm. You just have to really pay attention to it, because that's like the jagged edge of power handling on those woofers. Mm-hmm. But the VVX would do a good job too in a nice ported box.
All right, Jesus say I have a 2017 Camaro.
Awesome.
Non-bus.
Yep.
And has no factory amp in the trunk.
Correct.
I want to add subs for now and maybe later in the door speakers.
Yes.
Should I use the LC2i or the LC7i, and where will I get the signal?
Okay, so that's a great question. All right, so 2017 Camaro base models, essentially what we're talking about. It's got 6 speakers in it, 2 tweeters in the dash and mid-range in the door that are on one channel, and then it's got 2 speakers in the side left and right. If you're planning on future-proofing your money, meaning that you only want to buy stuff once, you're going to want the LC7i, because that'll allow you to eventually upgrade to a full system, do front, do rear, do sub. If you're not worried about future-proofing your money, then the LC2i will do the job, and you can tap it off of the rear speakers. Now, the one feature that's unique to the LC2i is that if you're putting a full-range signal into it, you have 2 outputs. You have a full-range signal output and also a second output, which is going through this, which would be the bass output, because it has AccuBass built onto it. So if you're just going to, let's say, do a front set of components and a subwoofer and not worry about the rear, you could use the LC2i. If you're going to do a front set of components, a rear sub for rear speaker and a sub, so you're essentially going to have a 5-channel system, then you're going to want the LC7i, so you don't waste your money.
All right, Thomas.
You can grab the wires at the speakers in the rear and in the kick panels like we talked about earlier.
Right. Thomas say, hi guys, I have a 2014 Subaru Crosstrek.
Okay.
This had the ILX 207 with the PAC CP5 steering wheel controls.
Ooh.
Okay, so the shop say they can
bus.
It wasn't possible to have the Subaru voice command to use it like a Sirius.
Yeah. Okay.
Like for the CarPlay. Do you know a way to program it?
Really?
I mean, that's weird.
I mean, unless it's not on the bus, which is very bizarre.
It's not programmable.
I mean, it's a CP5. If it's a CP5, all you really need to program
Sean?
is, we were just talking about you, Sean.
Yeah.
So with the CP5, you just need a regular micro USB with a female in that you can plug your phone's cable into, and then you could go into and program it any way you want.
Well, the problem is like he take it to a shop.
Yeah, but maybe they don't. Maybe they just auto programming because it auto defaults.
Yes.
So wait, it's an Alpine. No, they updated the software in the Alpine to fix that.
So you can actually get this.
No, it should be able to do that because
Bring it over here.
No, it might be an old firmware on the CP5 though, and that might be why it's not there because they might have an old CP5. That's probably what it is. It's an older CP5 because they did a software update on those to fix that issue because Alpine push to talk wasn't available originally. So it can be done. There's no question about whether it can be done or not. It can totally be done.
Just check the firmware.
You might need to get to the actual CP5 in the dash and see what firmware is on it.
Yeah.
And then you can give Pack a call if you're not getting anywhere with your local guy, and see what it would take to see what firmware is on it, what firmware is currently available, and that should fix the issue. I don't know if those are up to date.
No?
I think probably not, because those have been sitting there a while too.
Yeah.
We don't use a lot of those.
Probably you're right.
Yeah, it's probably because we would flash it before we put it in. Yeah, so
never mind.
But yeah, it's probably
just go to the website.
It's probably an issue with it not being up to date and them not checking.
All right, let's see. Ernie say I have 2007 Camry.
Okay.
Okay, full cow plug and play.
Okay.
Not coaxials or components. Which one you?
I mean, if you have room for the tweeter, obviously go with the components. Yeah, that's a gimme every time. If you don't have room for the tweeter, now, if it doesn't have a factory tweeter, you're definitely going to not want the plug and plays because that factory tweeter, or the tweeter they give you, is made to go in the factory location. So if you don't have a factory tweeter, don't buy the components because it's not going to work. There's nowhere to put it. However, if you do have a factory location for the tweeter, then buy them because you can put them in the factory location. You just have to run wires, maybe.
Okay, his name is Hobal.
Okay.
Hobala. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Hey guys, love your video. Have you ever set up the amp gains using a multimeter?
Okay. So, funny you should ask. We had this conversation last week because on one of the many Facebook clubs
what's going on,
I belong to, that was a heated debate on do you use your digital multimeter? Do you just use a DD1? Do you use a scope? And, yes, you can use the digital multimeter to set a target voltage output on your amplifier. However, no, I do not like doing it that way, and mainly because it can vary depending on the input. And I have a DD1 and I have a scope, so no, I'm not a big proponent of using that method. It is a tried and true method that people have been using for years and years and years before the other tools were as readily available as they are now. Oh, the signal just froze. What happened? The thing just froze. Are we still live?
Yeah, well, right here. But
Alright, hang on, everyone.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, it just froze.
Alright.
Okay.
We good?
Okay, we're going.
Alright, we're back.
Okay.
We're back? Okay.
What happened?
Alright, so we might have froze there. I'm sorry. And what we were talking about was the setting your gains with a digital multimeter. I just don't like, I'm not going to do it that way. At the end of the day, I'm not going to do it that way. If we missed everything I just talked about, I'm sorry. It'll be on the replay tomorrow. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Is this mine? Or is this yours?
That's mine.
Okay.
Okay,
go ahead.
Let's see. Okay. Willie Urbano, hi. How you doing, man? From Mexico City. Let's see. Willie, JBL shallow subwoofer are good?
I've never heard them. They make a shallow woofer?
I don't know.
I mean, when it comes to shallow mount woofers, JBL really isn't known for that. JBL does make some amazing speakers. I've made some incredible boxes for JBL woofers over the years. I did a 2.8 bandpass in this guy's expedition that just was insane. And it was funny because he came back like 2 years later, and he was like, I'm like, dude, what do you got in here? You built me a box for 2.8s like 2 years ago. I was like, really? Holy crap, this thing sounds awesome. But when it comes to shallow mount woofers, we really there's two that we recommend. We like to use either the Phoenix Gold shallow mount or the Kicker Comp RT, just because we've had good success with those. A lot of the times, this signal's killing me. A lot of the times we recommend what works for us. That's why I haven't worked with that speaker yet. That's not to say it's no good. I just haven't worked with it yet.
Oh, that's horrible.
What's horrible?
The signal.
Oh yeah, we're dying here.
Yeah. All right. So William say, hey, great show, guys. Thank you for all the help. I did a 4200 NEX in a 2014 Tahoe with an RP5. The factory head unit has no screen, so the backup camera goes to the rear view mirror.
Correct.
I cannot locate the subwoofer camera harness. I am extremely disappointed in the outcome. Any help in locating the missing harness?
For the subwoofer or for
the subwoofer? And I mean, you have to, I guess.
So a lot of the times you'll see in the videos when we have how to add how to relocate
the backup
camera to the radio. Mm-hmm. Most of the time you have to go to the mirror and you have to just test. It's going to be a 6-volt trigger that turns it on. Up in the mirror you're going to have a 6-volt negative and positive, as well as a signal positive and negative for the screen. We use, of course, our little cool CCTV tester to figure out which ones those are, and you'll have to run the wires down to behind the radio. We have a couple videos showing you how to do that in the install from the install bay playlist. I know there's one in there we show you on an F250. It's the same thing, but yeah, there isn't really any. There isn't any really plug to do that. I mean, we just hardwire it. That's where you're at. And I will tell you this. Well, no, the Toyota camera looked okay. It's the GM cameras that look terrible. Yeah, the Toyota camera looked okay on the bigger screen. A lot of the times what happens is when you go from those little tiny screens to the bigger screens, the resolution on the factory camera is garbage. So when you make it bigger, it just looks like you're opening your eyes under a swimming pool. It's kind of blurry. But the Toyota one was pretty good. We've done a handful of those. So.
All right, Donnie say, hey guys, hope your day is been great. I have one question. Should the epicenter be getting a full range signal, or it's okay to use the sub output on my 9855? It's an Alpine.
Okay, so
also I asked because I want to use the sub level control on my Alpine deck.
Yes. All right, so this is what I can tell you about that. If you read the owner's manual tells you to get a full range signal into the epicenter in order for it to work properly. So if you're going to use the sub output of your radio, make sure you turn the sub output's crossover all the way up and or off. If you do that, it'll allow the epicenter to get all the signal it needs, and you can use the crossover in the amplifier to do your actual crossover. So yes, the more signal you can get into the epicenter, the better your results will be. Mm-hmm. So that's how you want to run that.
All right. Sean say, what about Johnny? Johnny 5?
Johnny 5 is alive. All right, just keep moving.
Okay, I'm lost. David, if you are using an aftermarket radio, do you still need a processor?
That is another great question. Yes and no. Okay, so for example, if you buy like a brand new 4200, 2330, 9904, you get the idea. 207 Alpine, like we were just talking about. All of them have time alignment. They all have everything. Yeah. Everything you could possibly ever imagine is built into these radios. They have 4 to 5 volts of output. So technically, no, you don't need a processor. However, with a processor, like if you buy a 4200 or a 9904, they don't have network mode. So if you want to go full active and do, let's say, tweeter, mid, rear, sub, or tweeter, mid bass, sub, a radio is not going to do that for you. Now, the 2330 and those guys, those have network mode, which will allow you to do tweeter, mid, sub, but that's it, no rear. So if you want tweeter, mid, sub, rear, you'd need some form of external processor. So is there a need for it? Could be, depending on the situation you're going to run. Right. Is it totally necessary? There again, depends on the situation you're going to run. The other thing, too, is it's a really cool thing to have the whole, hey, look, I'm setting up my processor on my laptop. Ooh,
that's it?
So cool. But no. So
It's
one of
for
those
coolness?
that's the coolness. So one of those scenarios will allow you to do what you want to do. You know, that's why you need one.
All right, so Sean loved the shallow mounts. Cool. Christian, what do my Bluetooth Pioneer radio cut off? A short pause when I'm playing music.
He only does it once in a while.
Yeah.
So if you're losing connection over Bluetooth, it could be one of two things. For one, if you're playing Pandora or Spotify, and depending on your phone carrier, if you're streaming the video or streaming the audio over the cell service, then Bluetooth into the radio, it could just be a connection issue with the cell phone. It could be a buffering issue.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you listen to Pandora or Spotify, they're actually downloading at a higher speed than you're listening to, so they can buffer the songs in so you don't hear any cutoffs. However, if the speed is reduced because of the phone you have, then that would cause it to cut off. Sean, yes, distance will play a factor in it, but most people aren't 25 feet away from the radio. So, yeah, as long as you're within 25 feet of the radio, which is, usually you're sitting in your car, you should be fine too. At the odd chance there could be something wrong with the Bluetooth chip in the radio, and that would also be that same thing. What I would suggest in your case is try to get a buddy, pair his phone to your radio, and maybe go driving around for a couple hours and see if his phone does the same thing. If it does, and he's on a different carrier, chances you may have to take your radio in for service.
Right. All right, Mike.
What would be a good budget processor that would complement Pioneer Network Mode? Okay, so that would be the DM608 from Audio Control. That would be it. I mean, it's not $1 million. It's not one of those $800 processors. It's still expensive, but it's reasonable. And now it's Mac compatible, which is a joy.
Hey, you happy?
But you can do now. So, for example, the situation. Let's say you want to do active front tweeter, active front mid, rear fill of some kind, and a subwoofer. The 608 is perfect for that. It'll also do tweeter mid bass, subwoofer. And then what I would probably do at that point is not run the network mode on the radio. Mm-hmm. I'd actually put it in standard mode and just run fronts into the processor or front and rear into the processor and let the processor do everything else. Having the radio in network mode really limits its capabilities because when you go network mode on the Pioneer radio, you have to have a front tweeter crossover setting. And that may screw with the crossover setting you're trying to get out of the processor. So network mode in that case would probably not be the best option.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, anything else you can think of? We good? Why not just do audio control L1200 AC 608 correct numbers
versus the AC 608?
So the LC, what was it? What was it scrolled up too fast.
The audio control.
Yeah, I got that.
The 1200 versus the audio control
versus the AC 608.
Yeah.
Okay, or the DM 608. So the LC 6.1200 doesn't have a processor built into it. The D 6.1200 will have a processor built into it. The D 4.800 has the processor built into it. If you need a 4-channel amp and a processor, the D 4.800 is great, for sure. But yeah, tomato, whatever you want to do.
All right, Brian. Well, hey guys, what do you recommend for a sub in a new F250 if you want to keep the under seat storage in the back?
Nothing. We've tried just about everything under there. We've gone with the Pioneer shallow mount 112 box. We've done the 110 box. At the end of the day, everyone always comes back for the same thing. 2 kicker comp 12s or 2 10s and a box firing up underneath that seat, because it just kills it. I mean, it just kills it. There's not enough room behind that seat to fit anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back. Somebody might be able to build something if they're really, really creative, but I mean really, really creative, because there's like no room back there at all. And I just don't know if it's worth the effort to try to get sound out of that. I mean, right. I get that, yes, I want my room underneath my seat, but a nice tonneau cover or a locking toolbox on the back would also give you adequate storage, maybe.
I have to ask.
I have to ask. Thanks.
Everybody.
All right. I think we're going to end the show there. It's a fun Monday.
2, 1.
Plus, we're running on a low SD card today. I forgot I'm sorry.
Time's up.
We got a small card in the reader today, so 45 minutes is perfect. Nobody has sent me a truck. I'm sorry, buddy. You want that F-250?
Yeah.
I thought you were ditching the jean shorts. I am ditching the jean shorts. I hate the jean shorts. Unfortunately, I still have like 3 pairs that are kind of working their way out. Eventually, my butt will start hanging out of them because the pockets will rip out. Plus, it snows everywhere else in the world. It does not snow here in Florida, but unfortunately, our stores don't sell shorts in the wintertime. So, like the shorts I bought the last 4 pairs they had, and that was all they had. And they're not going to get any more until summertime.
Go to the mall.
The mall doesn't have shit. I'm not wearing $40 shorts
you go,
to work.
Sorry, cursing.
Beep. Okay.
Bye, Jason.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
you. Jason. The unofficial 3rd man of the show.
Yep.
You guys have a great night as always. Thanks for all the wonderful questions.
See you next week.
We will see you next week. What do you mean next week? We'll see you Saturday.
Next week.
Saturday. It's not next week.
That's different.
Remember, it's November. Christmas is coming. We're going to skip right over Thanksgiving because I don't care. Yeah. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm sorry. I do. I like it. Okay, whatever. Good night, guys. You have a great night. See you later next time. Bye.